Good day, and just what in the hell are we playing today, ladies and gentlemen? Why, we are playing the Ultimate Doom 2. And just what is the Ultimate Doom 2? Why, it is a massive improvement on Doom 2. Essentially, what we have here is a Doom 2 enhancement wad. Like with Knee Deep and Z-Doom, this essentially changes the levels and basically just makes them bigger, better, and more cool. And adds a few Z-Doom kind of things to it. Now, there is another Doom 2 enhancement wad known as the Doom 2 meets Z-Doom. And it's pretty good, actually. I have played it. I have not finished it, though. It has a lot more fanciness to it than this one does. This is just sort of a... No, I wouldn't say a mundane Doom 2 enhancement wad, but the knee-deep in... Or not knee-deep in Doom 2. Doom 2 meets Z-Doom is essentially one that adds in a lot of scripted effects. There's actually, in the very first level, one where you have to, you stand around in this hallway, some red mist comes in, there's a demon that yells at you, and then you can continue on. This doesn't have anything like that, it's just your typical Doom action. Now this wad is pretty tough, though. That's why I'm only playing it on Hurt Me Plenty. I tried to play this on Ultra Violence with Project Brutality without the cheats, and it got me screaming like the fucking AVGN, man. I was pissed off, because essentially this is not an easy wad. Doom 2 itself was not an easy game to play. I mean, there was so many enemies, you never really got any health and stuff like that. So it's like with this, I want to just have a nice leisurely playthrough while I yammer on about all kinds of stuff, instead of just dying every time I turn a corner, which pisses me off beyond belief, as you saw in that Scythe playthrough where I just kept dying. The thing is, I don't mind dying, but I don't like dying to bullshit, you know. I like it when it's my own fault for dying. It's like, you know, there's some NES games that you play that you die because, you know, you legitimately messed up, and there's some that have false difficulty. That's the thing. I hate fake difficulty. I like a game that's tough but fair. It's like, I always like to say, you know, if you're a Pro MLG and you play with both hands tied behind your back, both eyes closed, and all you can do is type on your keyboard with your tongue. That, I think, yeah, I'm not about to do that. I'm not really into that. But yeah, as of this recording, I have been busy today doing a wide variety of cleaning. I'm somebody who likes to have things be very, very clean, essentially. So if I did have to play the game with my tongue, I could easily do so, because my keyboard is that clean. Because I'm somebody who will take a Q-tip to the keyboard to make sure that each individual key is fully dusted. Yes, I am that anal retentive. Why? I don't know, it's just who I am. And yes, today is a very hot day in Houston as well. This is going up in July, so I imagine it's even worse. But it's still pretty warm outside, and I had to clean this computer off in the garage, and I was sweating rather profusely indeed. And I'm about to sneeze in just a few seconds. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Generallotz has the ability to sneeze. Truly, the audience will not be seated during the epic sneezing scene of epicness. Where's the switch? I don't know. Behind all the blood and gore. Because blood, as we all know, is an energy conductor, and we're all full of that. Now, if only we had an outlet. Blood recuted. Metalocalypse. Interesting show. It definitely is what I like to call a drug show, though. What's a drug show, you may ask? Did I not pick up the key? What did that switch do? Oh yeah, that opened up something over here. I was trying to remember, because I've already had to play through this once, believe it or not. I started recording, and my audio wasn't showing up. Why? Because the microphone was turned all the way down to 6 audio bits. Why did it do that, you may ask? You may ask, because when I unplugged the microphone, which I did, it for some reason likes to set itself to that, and I have no idea why. Now, I can't find the yellow key. When I first played this level, I was like, okay, there's the yellow key, boom, done. Oh, it's right there. Jump! Jump around! Okay, that made that go down, but then, whatever, we'll grab the yellow key, because this level's pretty easy compared to literally the rest of the game. That's one thing back in the day that always used to frighten me about games. It's like, when you play the game, you know, and the first level is almost impossible to complete, you know you're in for some fun. By which I mean you're in for a bunch of bloody Holy crap, that's a lot of enemies. Okay, run, throw a grenade. I only had one fucking grenade. But yeah, you're in for a treat when the first level is virtually impossible, because you know the second level's just gonna be worse, and it just gets worse from there. And I like a challenge at times, but not when the first level is literally mind-blowingly difficult. Although talking about games that are unfair, back during my early discoveries of classic gaming, thanks to the glory of emulation, I tried out Convoy something or other. It's the Japanese Transformers game that drove many a person to distraction. And yeah, it was... I never even got past the first screen. I don't know how you would. Because, like, it's one of those games that it's pretty much almost impossible to complete because it is such bullshit. I didn't even see... That wasn't there the last time. I guess since this has hurt me plenty, they're actually giving me some degree of mercy, it would seem. Which is good. I approve of that. There were actually more imps there the last time, too. But, well, as you'll see as we go on, it does get more and more difficult. Sweet. Entryway finished. That was pretty good, I should say. Alright, so, under halls. This is where the difficulty really picks up. This is a very long level, as you'll see. And it's really cool, don't get me wrong. It's just... This level took me so many tries to complete when I first discovered this WAD. I mean, I died every couple of feet. And I didn't save, either. Because, like, half the time with these Doom WADs, you don't need to save because they're not that long. And you just never really think about it. And you can especially get lazy when you expect a game to have a checkpoint. It's like, well, the checkpoint, where is it? So yeah, and as long as this level is, and as long as all the levels are, you really want to save all the goddamn time. In fact, funny I should say that. Save time. Shit, what's attacking? Oh, he is. So yeah, you just gotta save. You just gotta remember to do it, because you don't want to be halfway through a level, die, and have to go all the way back. Now there is a place where we are going to have to cheat. And I'm trying to think of which way to go here. Yeah, we gotta go this way. I think. Yeah, we do. Okay. Yeah, there's a place where we are going to have to cheat because it's fucking impossible. It really is. Like, it is... There's a part where you could really use a goddamn radiation suit, and they don't give you a radiation suit. They just don't. I don't know what they expect you to do. I guess they expect you to be good, get good, but I play Doom for fun. If I want to do that, I play Dark Souls. The Souls, man. The Souls. But yeah, when I was actually doing this the first time, around this point, I was talking about food, and I don't know what led to that. So we'll talk about food now, because I'm actually getting kind of hungry. Lo Wang, kind of hungry now. I've said that twice in these Let's Plays. It's crazy. But yeah, in this particular part, in this exact part of the level, I was talking about a place called Texas Roadhouse, an absolutely excellent restaurant that isn't that expensive and gives you massive portions of food that can last you multiple days, which is really, really good. That's, for some reason, people want to complain about that these days, but then again, people complain about everything. But I like having massive portions of food because that way you can have like multiple meals, and you only have to buy one. You know, because like you spend $10 at that Texas Roadhouse, and you get like 3 meals out of that. And for somebody on a massive budget like me, you know, that is not bad. That is quite good indeed, because you don't want to have to be spending all your money on food, and you don't want to have to always constantly eat ramen. Ramen noodles, ladies and gentlemen. That has sustained many a college student. What's ironic is it started sustaining me as a staple food after I graduated from college. Because that makes sense. Although realistically I didn't eat it because I was low on money and that's all I could afford. Rather I got it because I was lazy and it's a very easy meal to cook. But ramen noodles aren't bad, it just depends how much you put in there. Although what I would do is I would just leave it plain. And all you had to do is like fucking boil water. It's like, you know what? I don't feel like eating anything already, so I'll eat the most inoffensive thing possible. Slightly flavored noodles. But it isn't bad, and it's cheap. Here at least you can get them for like 50 cents. So, or 50 cents a package. So it's good if you want to save money on food. I don't know how healthy they are, but well, if you want to eat, you want to eat. And seeing as how I mainly drink water anyway, I guess that matters too much. Gotta ban that soda. I actually read something about that not too long ago, where New York, the bastion of freedom that it is, wants to, or New York City, let me say, because New York State I think is a bit different, but New York City, the bastion of freedom it is, wants to limit sodas and basically try to make it like a regulated substance. Like, really now? Really? I'm sure that's going to work out well for you. Because, really, you know, regulating substances has worked so well. Now, the obvious response to this, well, we have to at least try. So, how's that war on drugs working out for you? Well, I certainly get political in these Let's Plays, don't I? Well, and they even on Hurt Me Plenty, they can fuck you up quite a bit in this game. That's why we're gonna save even at 16 degrees of health. And I think all the original Doom guys would have loved this to have been the Doom 2 they created. Now, that's not to say that Doom 2 wasn't any good. Give me some health. Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna cheat, but I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I got no ammo, too. Shit. Got no ammo, got no health. What do you want me to do? Use harsh language? Fuck. Fuck fire. And all the rest. Yeah, but that's Doom 2 for you. Now, I think the pit is from Doom 2, if I'm not mistaken. That was a pretty difficult level, because I think like you didn't even have any ammo. I know there's at some point in Doom 2 where all I would do is cheat. I would just give all and be done with it. Because as a kid, I had even less patience for dying than I do now. So you can imagine that I didn't really want to waste too much time dying on the same goddamn level over and over again. And that is a lot of enemies. We're going to toss a grenade and have it fall behind us and do all that. Well, we still killed some of them. Brilliant. It's like the stormtroopers. The stormtrooper misses and the red shirt still dies. Although in all reality, you know what's funny about Star Trek versus Star Wars? What nobody ever talks about? Because if everything is canon, see, you gotta remember, you can't be selective about canon at all. Because if you give Star Wars an advantage that it has from canon, you have to give the same advantages to Star Trek. Otherwise, that's not really fair. Otherwise, it's just what I will crudely say a jerk-off session, saying that Star Trek is much less good than Star Wars. Star Wars is the best of all. No, in Star Trek, they have time travel. Star Wars doesn't have that. They have flow walking. And only Jason could fucking do that. And he couldn't change the past either. He couldn't do anything. So my thought is this, if they don't have time travel, what's to stop, you know, Captain Picard, and I don't see why you wouldn't do this unless you're trying to write him like a goddamn moron, which I guess if you wanted Star Trek or Star Wars to win, you'd have to write Captain Picard like a goddamn moron. You know, when it comes to that, when it comes to time travel, what's to stop Captain Picard from going, oh shit, Federation can't win. Well, let's go back to like the 5th century BC and basically uplift humanity. Why wouldn't he do that? Or, oh shit, let's go back like 2,000 years and just found a colony with the Enterprise. Fucking pinkies. I hate pinkies in this. Like, it's, yeah. Why would you not do that, you know? That's actually kind of a cool concept. I might write that. I may actually sit down and write that, because that would make sense when you think about it. Okay, Empire invades somehow, you know, because like, you could just have the Empire show up in any way you want, because it's Star Trek, okay? And besides, there's more things in heaven and earth than are dreamed of in the minds of men, so let's just assume the Empire can invade. And let's say it does. And Captain Picard, being Lord Baron Von Awesome Sauce that he is, actually, you know what else he could do? He could also pick up Voyager, because it depends on what time it takes place, you know. Because Voyager's still rocking out in the Delta Quadrant. Now, I don't know how competent Voyager really is, but let's just assume he needs every Federation ship. Hell, you know, it depends on what time in Voyager it is. There's a couple of, well, at least there's one other Federation ship out in the Delta Quadrant. There's the Equinox. Yeah, just, you could swing by the Delta Quadrant somehow. I mean, come on. It's Captain Picard. He'll figure out a way. And just swing by the Delta Quadrant, pick up the Equinox and Voyager, go back to like the 5th century BC, find a colony world somewhere, and found a colony, you know, and at that point, and basically mix the crews and have a highly advanced human society, then have them show up in like the 22nd century and prepare for the invasion of the Empire. That's absolutely brilliant. I am truly the greatest writer of all time. But I'd read that. And also, you know, they got transporters, and I would say, now, obviously there's bad writing. Now, look at this. Look at how hurt we are. Oh, there's a radiation suit down there. Oh, cool. All right, well, never mind. Now, in Ultraviolence, it's not there. it's not there in fucking Ultraviolence. So it's like this part is the most annoying part imaginable. Okay, well, let's kill a couple of these guys by punching them, and then we'll pop that radiation suit on and begin our... and stop cheating. Okay, I did not know this was here. Alright, let's grab that, grab the Band-Aid box, and save. But yeah, I think Star Trek, the Starfleet officers are, I would imagine, a lot more competent than their Imperial counterparts, mainly because the Imperial counterparts basically strike me as late war German officers, essentially. Or no, I won't go that far. I'll say post-Stalinist purge officers. They're yes men in many respects. Now some of them are pretty good, like Thrawn, but they're pretty much yes men. They'll do whatever they're ordered to do, and they don't really have flexible thinking, you know, because they're taught that you just follow orders, and that's it. Whereas Starfleet officers have to come up. And besides, since when does the Empire really have to deal with something like Q, you know? And the Emperor does not count because he's not nearly as powerful as Q. Like, you know, a Starfleet officer has to deal with, you know, energy beings, highly advanced Class 3 civilizations, stuff like that. So, you know, and look at how we got through Underhalls pretty easily, but yeah, Underhalls is pretty tough, especially on Ultraviolence with Project Brutality. But yeah, you know, it's like the Starfleet officer, I think, has to be a much more flexible officer than any imp officer could ever hope to be. Because you gotta remember, in Star Trek, they're dealing with higher level things, whereas the imp officer is thinking, how can I conquer innocent people today? Now, they're not all like that, but they pretty much aren't what you'd call the most forward-thinking bunches, okay? Because you gotta remember, the Empire still practices human slavery, alright? And Star Trek doesn't do that. Although, realistically, if you had a highly advanced star-faring civilization, slavery makes no sense anyway, but whatever. Because Star Trek. Or Star Wars, I should say. I should not mix up the two, but even I do. So there's that. And you know, I do not consider, and I never will consider, Star Wars science fantasy. That's the stupidest thing. It's fucking science fiction, okay? It's not even whatever. Unless they have like some sort of mechanical horse they're riding, it's fucking science fiction. And since I'm a fan of the EU, then it's really science fiction. Okay. Where did that guy come from? Where did that fucking Caco demon fucking come from? But I don't consider it science fantasy. Science fantasy sounds stupid anyway. So I don't know where people get these things. I don't get where people get the fact that Star Trek doesn't come across Class 3 civilizations. So for those who don't know the different civilization classes, just Google it. I can't remember all the details myself, and I certainly couldn't explain it while playing Doom. But yeah, there's different civilization classes, and it depends on how much energy you're using and stuff like that. I don't know how accurate that is anyway, because that assumes that we as humans know everything there is to know about anything. But whatever. But yeah, I think that's kind of disingenuous to say that Star Trek doesn't feature a bunch of Class 3 civilizations, because it really does. All those energy beings, those are, to me at least, Class 3 energy beings, or Class 3 civilizations, or not remnants of, but examples of, you know, just like the Metrons from TOS, the Organians, you know, and Q. Q is an example of a Class 3 entity, you know. He belongs to a collective of beings that have high technology, that they appear to be omnipotent. I'm not sure if they really are, because really, as a Voyager, the whole omnipotency of, you know, Q is kind of in question. Now, in the novels, Q is omnipotent in many respects. Well, he isn't. Like, they kind of make... What's interesting about some of the Peter David Star Trek novels is they really make Q into this really bad villain, this really big asshole. In fact, there is one whole book devoted to making Q a complete piece of shit. And I may have already talked about it, but I'll talk about it again. Where Q is trying to disprove love. Okay, and why this is funny to me is because, okay, there are so many edgy McEdgensteins out there who edgelorded up like you wouldn't believe, who are like, love doesn't mean anything. You can't say love without saying I. It's like, really, dude? Yeah, you know, I think you're kind of growing into... I think, like, the mold in your basement has, like, gotten to your brain or something. Well, that implies that people live in a basement, which I find that funny. I think that must be a Midwest thing, where people like live in a basement. Because there are basements in Oklahoma. I have seen them, but yeah, it's like that is like just calling somebody a basement dweller is kind of a misnomer unless they actually have a basement in which they dwell within. Otherwise, they're just a room dweller. And then aren't we all room dwellers? I know I am, because I live in a fucking room. It's like, oh, he's a house dweller. I don't know. I have to always mock some of these terms just because Generallotz. This is how it goes. Because I have to mock. Because if I don't, I'm out of a job. But yeah, Q trying to disprove love. It was actually handled pretty well. It was actually a pretty funny story. Peter David's a good writer. He's a very good writer, and I've enjoyed his Star Trek books. He actually wrote a number of them, and they range from pretty damn good to just why didn't they make that into a Star Trek episode? Because they could have made it on that budget. There's a lot of Star Trek books that could have been turned into pretty good Star Trek episodes. I mean, obviously in Star Trek, the TV series, they can't, or well, back when it was on, back when it was real, obviously they can't do all that much when it comes to certain things because they have a budget, so you can't have big space battles. Although DS9 did it, and did it well. But they can't have, like, elaborate sets and all kinds of things like that. Because, well, that shit ain't cheap, okay? You gotta fucking pay for that. Now, I think the game will lag, like, a lot, because there's a shit load of monsters in here that we're about to face. I mean, there's a whole fucking battalion of them. 6-bat, 3rd mutants. But yeah, there's a lot of them. There's... Oh wait, we're not even there yet. Okay, never mind. We're getting close to there, but yeah, there's a shitload of monsters in one of these segments that we're gonna get to, and they call it an episode. Still though, this is more recognizable in some respects than Doom 2 meets Z-Doom. But as you can see, it's basically the Doom 2 you know and love, just they upped the budget by $48 billion. They upped the technology quotient by a lot. Okay, we've got tech now versus x86 PCs. I keep saying x83. I don't know what I'm trying to think of when I say that, because x86 PCs still use that. Although I haven't used that since 2009. Because I've always been rocking 64-bit OS, motherfuckers. Even back when I was using XP. You know, I'm not even sure why, if XP is as bad as people would think it is, despite it being as old as it is. The only reason I'm rocking Windows 7 is fraps. That's it. I am not upgrading to Windows 10 anytime soon. I don't know if I even trust Windows 10, you know? It just seems kind of... I don't know. But then again, you know me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it is broke, then be careful when fixing it so it actually works as good as it used to. Let's bubble there and shoot these two assholes. But I think I'd love to see Q versus Cthulhu. I imagine Q would win, because Q has probably got the same power as like an Elder God or an Elder Thing or whatever the case may be. Was Elder God from, Fine. Mortal Kombat, that's what I was thinking of. I think the Elder Gods were from Mortal Kombat. And it shall be done as it should be in Mortal Kombat. That was the best part of that whole movie. That line was uttered... Shit, those guys are taking a lot of damage. That line was actually uttered in the latter part, or the last part of Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And Mortal Kombat Annihilation was not a very good movie, but you know what? It did have decent fight sequences. But I think that's a problem. They're like, okay, what was so good about Mortal Kombat 1? They kicked the crap out of each other. Okay, make an entire movie around just kicking the crap out of everybody. We don't need plot, we don't need characters. Well, we got that. I guess that worked. Yeah, but that's how it goes. Okay, we are getting close to the end of this level, thankfully. I do like the improved sprites on the chain gun guys, because they do look cool with their more advanced animations. Okay, we will vaporize this guy. We will vape him. Bro, do you even? I do like that death animation. That looks really quite cool. It's just... It really... It is hard to beat Brutal Doom, and by extension, PB. Okay, this is where, like, the 6th mutant for Marines shows up. Okay, we should... This would be probably a lot of fun co-op. Okay, we need to try to run and grab that. Yay! Although I heard my hard drive make a noise. That's not good. I guess the whole hard drive is going to explode on me one day. And I'll lose all my glorious data, but oh well. But yeah, this is where the game is probably going to lag out a bit, just because there's a whole bunch here. I'm talking, well, as you can see, I'm already getting shot to pieces. There's a lot, okay? This is verging on Serious Sam levels of insanity. And Serious Sam, you know, I didn't know what to think when I... Fuck you, imp. Okay, you know what? We're gonna cheat. No, we don't need to cheat yet. Shit. Okay, you know what? No clip. No cleop. In clip. No clip. Damn, you think I'd be able to type after all this time? Okay, there we go. Do we have a rocket? No, we do not. Okay, what we want to do is we want to run in concentric circles and wave our arms and shout. But yeah, I don't know what I was expecting from Serious Sam when I first played it a while back. Because Serious Sam is a really, really difficult game. It's a really fun game, but it's really tough. I mean, if you don't play that like on easy or something, you're gonna die, and you're going to die a lot. As you can see, we're already taking a shitload of damage here, which is why we're going to give ourselves some health, because there's never enough health in this particular segment. But I think the most difficult and most annoying enemy in all of Serious Sam is the clear skeleton. I hate the clear skeleton. I think it's the most bullshit enemy imaginable. They're small, hard to hit, take a shitload of damage to kill. Although you can kill them with 2 bursts from the double barrel, but still. They are difficult to kill, and there's always so many of them. Serious Sam, man. Serious Sam, they you know, Duke Nukem thinks he's a badass, but Sam Serious Stone is way more of a badass because the amount of enemies he has to fight is just insane. Crow Team did a good job, but my god, it certainly didn't make it easy on you, that's for sure. Let's save again. As you can see, it's just like we're fighting so many enemies now. Okay, we're gonna save the grenades and just shoot down all the heavy weapons dudes here. But man, it's like, imagine playing this on Ultraviolence with Project Brutality. You can't cheat anything in. Effectively, you're fucking screwed. Big time. But I was still able to do it. I was still able to beat it. A number of times, actually. I was rather proud of that. And you might be thinking, well, General, why don't you do it here? Because I don't want to go through that again. Besides, this is a level on par. Oh shit, don't give me the fucking chainsaw. Give me the shotgun. God damn it. Like, now we gotta run and hide. I must run and hide. Boom! I missed that so terribly. Okay, let's just run around and try to pick up some ammo for the chain gun, because I don't know where the rocket is. I guess I never picked it up. So, oh well, but look at this. That's a massive field of slaughter and death. Slaughter and death. Oh, you know what I find funny? On a completely unrelated note. It's when you write something, and somehow, some way, it actually proves to be more accurate than you think it would have. And what I mean by that is, I ended up getting like 1 comment, but I still find it funny that I'm not surprised I got this comment, but it was on the Marlene Glenfield video, and it works perfectly with what I said in the Henry video. It was insanely awesome. A synchronous moment indeed. One of these days, we're going to eventually kill off everything in this room. But my god, whoever designed this Doom 2 WAD here, oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's one thing I don't like about these pinkies. I just hate it when they blindside you. And you might as well just reload the save once they've already blindsided you like that, because you're not going to survive. You are dead, essentially. Okay, you are just dead, and I hate that. They really need to reduce the speed on those things. I will turn God mode off and save, but I'm not going to be killed because of bullshit. Now, if it was Project Brutality, fine, I could die. But, yeah, getting through this is not easy. As I've mentioned. As I've alluded to, it's just not, you know, it's... What you really gotta do is you have to pretty much do what you... Well, you have to do what I'm doing right now, yeah. You have to run a lot. Circle strafing is your friend here. And since I don't have a grenade, or not a grenade, I don't have a rocket, I am screwed when it comes to that. But circle strafing works. And it's not lagging nearly as much as I thought it would. Let's toss some grenades out. That should help a little bit. But yeah, this is going to be a tough WOD to complete. We'll probably... You know what? I don't even know if I want to try to complete any more of these, just because I know it's going to be super tough. We might do one more episode, or we might just do something else. Because this is not... It's insanely tough. Just getting through the... As you can see, the first 3 levels are almost as hard as that one level in UAC Ultra. Although this, once again, is a lot easier, mainly because I know what's coming, and because we're playing it on Hurt Me Plenty, and I did not grab the yellow key. I'm making this look easy, but I swear, with Project Brutality, man, it was just... It was rough. It was one of those where you just gotta take a step back, take a deep breath, and not want to hurl the keyboard out the window. It was that bad. And then there was that guy, and I think I got killed by him, too. Fucking Pinky. Alright, so I am Generallotz, and I'm wishing you good. Doom 2 beats Z-Doom, and Z-Doom beats Ultimate Doom, or whatever makes you happy.